I was asking around, and according to them, their stylists or their makeup artists were using like apricot colors, like peachy apricot colors. But from what I saw in the video and from like the behind the scenes, and of course, as it is, it's going to be different depending on the lighting. And of course, with the music video, they have the color grading, so it's going to look different in every light. So if they're saying that they use apricot sort of colors, then I guess I'm going to combine that with what I thought I saw on the video. I'm going to be using a lot of Clio stuff today, only because they sent me a bunch of stuff, and I like Clio already anyway, so thank you, Clio. I'm actually going to start with eyes today. I'm going to go in with a Pro Layering Eye Palette because it has, I think it's the only palette I have right now that has a kind of apricot color right here. So I'm going to be using, all you really need for this look is kind of like an apricot color, or even this color even, and like a matte medium brown, and then maybe like a deep brown. These eyeshadows aren't the most pigmented in the world, so I'm going to be using an eye primer first. And as you can see, I already have my eyebrows on, so to save some time, because it's not really any different from how I usually do it. They just had straight eyebrows in the video. So again, I'm going to that apricot sort of color. I'm going to load my eyeshadow brush with it, and I'm going to put that over the lid. Kind of patting close to the lash line first, and then building my way upwards. And whatever, I'm going to kind of take the brush on the side, and whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to kind of sweep it across the crease, and that will give me kind of, what will that give me? That will just blend the color in the crease. The eyeshadow itself is like okay in terms of pigmentation, but naturally apricot colors, they're very close to like skin tone colors, so you're not going to see it too much on the lids. I'm going to layer this color right here. Oh, sorry, it's so bright. I'm going to layer this color right on top. It's just basically an apricot, but like a little bit brighter and deeper, and that will go again on the lower lash line, not lower, the close to the lash line. And it's really similar to that first color when it's on the lid. So if you have a apricot eyeshadow that's way more pigmented, use that. It kind of helps to have your brush loaded with the color, and kind of press and sweep downwards first to lay down the color where you want it, and then using like, depending on the brush you have, if it's fluffy like this one, then blend out the edge. Sometimes I think this way is faster than just like using a little on the brush and kind of like blending all the way up to where you want it to end. And I guess literally whatever's left on the brush, just run it in the lower lash line if you want. It's really not going to make a huge difference because there's like nothing on the brush left. Like that. And then taking a brush that's a little bit more packed, I'm going to go into a medium, basically like the apricot, the same level of like lightness, but just in a brown color. And this is going to go kind of on, both on the outer corner right here, but also taking it towards the center on the lower lash line. Oh, I keep saying lower lash line, like close to the lash line. And again, whatever's left, take it on the lower lash line on the outer corner, and I'm gonna go into like a deep brown. This has a little bit of like a satin finish to it, but it doesn't really register like that when it's on the lid anyway. So just any kind of matte brown, or like just as long as it's not too shimmery. And with this, we're going to define the outer corner, almost like this bit right here. You kind of want the overall silhouette of the eyeshadow to kind of start from like your natural inner corner, kind of blooming outwards. Again, this is one of those music videos where it's hard to see their eyeshadow, and that's not really the focus of the video anyway. It's their dancing, so I don't really blame them. So we're gonna title this "Inspired Makeup." Fun fact: whenever I'm not sure exactly what their makeup was really, and I'm just like guessing how they did their makeup, the title usually will have "Inspired" because people get the wrong idea. It's going to look a little bit messy here for now, but I'm going to clean it up with my foundation and concealer later anyway. So just make sure that at least the upper part is looking right. And then I'm going to use a pencil to line the upper and lower waterline, the hardest part. This is not really a super, like here, it's black, I guess, but when it's on the waterline, because of the formula, it kind of looks more of almost like a dark gray. When it's in, like, basically it's just not super super black and intense, which is to some people might be annoying, because a lot. Oh my god, you see my contact just now. To most people, you would want like a super black liner, right? But for this, I think it will look fine because I'm looking to just add darkness to the upper. I'm gonna hate doing this. I'm just looking to add darkness to the upper and lower waterline. So, taking it from inner to outer corner, all the way through, including the bottom lash line. But as you can see right here, it doesn't look super super black. But it added that definition. And then I'm gonna add like not even really a wing. It's just like tiny little flick at the outer corner. Make sure you don't get any on the actual lower lash line. Like, don't do what I did. You just want to keep it strictly on the waterline part. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm just going to use an eye makeup remover to clean up the lower lash line, because if I mix it with my base products, it might turn into a weird, it might alter the color of my base product, so. Oh my fucking god, I did like my entire base, and then I realized I didn't even hit record again. Anyway, I'm going to try to remember what I was talking about. Now I'm going to go into base products. Clio, like, love Clio base products. As you guys know, I use them all the time. For all over base, I'm going to use the Clio Kill Cover Conceal Cushion, and this stuff, she's no joke. She ain't fucking around today. Really full coverage, but it dries down super super quickly. I kind of need to work in parts. I'm not going to use the sponge that's included because, I mean, it's a cushion, but I feel like it's better for touch-ups. Because it dries so quickly, I'm going to work on each part of my face separately, and I'm going to use a separate wet sponge. I'm going to just concentrate, just like using regular liquid foundation. I'm going to use it mostly on the inner part of my face. Holy shit. Not gonna use too much on my forehead. Y'all are probably y'all are probably having a Valentina moment. Like, is she gonna take it off? I'm just gonna put it like right there because I'm already wearing a bandana. Or not a bandana, but well, it's a headband. Again, I don't go too heavy with foundation in general. Lately, I just go in with foundation lightly all over the face, and whatever I need to cover after that, I'm gonna use concealer. So I'm gonna use the Kill Cover Pro Artist Liquid Concealer, one of my favorite concealers of all time. Very similar to just the SEM one. But I'm going to use number 4 in ginger on the outer parts of my face. And then I'm going to use linen number 3 on the more inner parts of my face. And my problem with Clio, I don't have many problems with Clio, but if there's one, it's just that because they have so many base products, they have so many foundations, so many cushions, concealers and things like that. But the numbering system is always the same. It's always 3, 4. It's like 2, 3, 4. Lingerie, linen, ginger. And I've talked about this before. It's just that they don't match like across each foundation brand. Like the linen in the concealer is not going to be the linen in the cushion. So that's something to keep in mind. And it's a little frustrating, but what can you do? Again, number 3 linen on the inner parts. Very, very little. I really don't need that much. Just on any leftover redness. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to do my under eye concealer with a separate concealer, so don't worry. I'm going to use the stick concealer, the Pro Artist stick concealer under my eyes to cover my dark circles. And this also, just like the liquid one, just like this foundation, don't try to joke with her. She doesn't mess around. If someone were to ask me which one they should choose between like the liquid concealer and the stick concealer, I think if your problem areas are more like in an area, like bits of redness, like areas of redness, or your blemishes are more like you have small amounts, like you have blemishes like in a larger area, I might go in with the liquid concealer. But if you have more like targeted areas of concern, like maybe just your dark circles, or you have like a blemish or two every now and then, I'd probably go in with the stick concealer and just use something like this kind of sponge applicator to apply it to the problematic areas. Probably should have used maybe a color corrector to adjust, because you might see a little bit of gray under the eyes, but whatever you do usually to cover dark circles, just do that. This is the Pro Dual Controbing Stick. I'm going to use it to contour. It's a double-ended product. One end is highlight and one end is contour. The contour is a little bit warm for me. It comes in 3 shades. I have number 3. I actually had all 3, but I gave away 2 of them. It's a little bit warm for me, but I think if I'm just keeping it on the outer parts of my face, it's more of like a sort of half contour, half warming up of the face type of product, it'll be okay. Maybe. I'm not going to use the highlights because I don't think I'm going to need it for this look. I saw NCT live at KCON, and they are no joke live. Like, just like this foundation, they don't mess around. I'm gonna use just a smidgen of translucent setting powder just in the center of my face. I feel like I can just go like a tad bit darker on these outer corners. Like that. And whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to put a little bit on the inner corner so you get a bit of that halo eye look. A fluffy brush I use with the apricot color again, and I'm going to use this kind of, what am I doing? This kind of shimmery shade here. Not to like get like, oh, a shimmery brown shade on the center of the lid, but more like I'm using a fluffy brush because I want more of like the shine from it, kind of like the glitters slash shimmer. It's not really glitter, it's shimmer. I'm gonna load my brush and tap off a lot of it, and I'm gonna add just like a whisper, just a whisper on the center, so that when the light hits it, on there. When the light hits it, you get a little bit of a sheen, just a little, not too much because I still want that apricot color to come through in the center. I ran the apricot shade we used in the beginning on the lower lash line on the inner part to kind of blend, because I did my eye makeup first and then I put concealer, so sometimes there's like a bit of a line that you can see where the concealer and like the eyeshadow meet, so I used a bit of the apricot to kind of blend. And then last but not least, just on the lips. They don't really have, I don't think they put anything on their lips really, but my lips are, actually, that would be fine to be honest, but what about just a little something. This is of course No Makeup from Pony Dark. This is a really good color if your lips are kind of like mine. Not today, my lips are okay today, but usually they're super pigmented and red. And just in general, because of the formula of this lipstick, it just makes my lips look smoother. But it really is just like the name implies, no makeup. It really makes your lips look like they have nothing on them. So there is my take on the Cherry Bomb makeup from NCT 127. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All the products are down below if you're interested, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone. Have a good day. Bye.